I was enjoying a quiet morning on my deck, coffee in hand, watching the sunrise turn Silverpine Lake into molten gold when the peace shattered under the sharp click of expensive heels crunching my gravel path. My cabin wasn't much from the outside, weathered pine siding, an old dock jutting out into the clear water, but it was everything to me. My late wife Margaret had saved for 3 years to buy this place before cancer took her. Her last wish was that I keep this lake wild, beautiful, untouched by the greed that had ruined so many other places she loved. I turned to see her, a woman in a flawless white pantsuit, platinum hair pulled so tight it looked like a helmet, face frozen in a mask of self-importance. Behind her, a nervous man with a clipboard tried to keep up. "Excuse me." Her voice sliced the morning air like a knife. "Are you the owner of this structure?" She pointed at my cabin as if it were an infectious disease. I set my coffee mug down, my hands steady. "Structure? You mean my home?" She drew herself taller. Even in stilettos, she was almost eye level with me. "Vanessa Langford, president of the Silverpine Shores Homeowners Association. This is Building Inspector Peter Grant." The clipboard man gave a jittery nod. She snapped her fingers. He flipped open the folder. "We're here about the numerous violations your dwelling has committed against our community standards." I almost laughed. "Ma'am, this cabin's been here since 1985. It's older than your HOA by decades." Vanessa's lips curled in a predatory grin. "Wrong, Mr. Elliot Carter. Silverpine Shores was incorporated in 2020. Every structure within our boundary must meet architectural guidelines. Frankly, your shack is a stain on our waterfront aesthetic." She gestured at the rows of McMansions lining the shore, each more garish than the next. My humble cabin looked like a lone wildflower among plastic tulips. Peter rattled off violations with all the authority of a wet noodle. Unauthorized dock repairs, non-compliant roof tiles, illegal native plants, setbacks too close to the water. I leaned back in my chair, schooling my face to calm. They had no idea who they were dealing with. Not yet. "And what exactly do you propose I do?" I asked evenly. Vanessa's grin turned vicious. "Demolition. Complete removal within 48 hours. The community has spoken." My hands tightened around my mug. This was Margaret's final gift to me. They thought they could bulldoze her memory for profit. Before I could reply, my neighbor appeared in her kayak, drawn by the commotion. Mabel Thompson, Silverpine's unofficial historian, dragged her kayak onto my beach with the ease of a woman half her 70 years. "Everything all right, Elliot?" she asked, glaring at Vanessa. Vanessa bristled. "This is a private compliance matter. Please move along." Mabel ignored her, eyes on me. "What's happening?" Vanessa snorted. "This illegal shack will be gone by the weekend. Maybe you'd like to consider your own compliance while you're at it." Mabel barked a laugh. This cabin was bought fair and square by Margaret. "I was at the signing, young lady." Vanessa waved a dismissive hand. "Ancient history. New regulations override any quaint old paperwork. Mr. Carter has 48 hours to comply or face legal action." I rose to my full height. At 6'2", I still had a slight edge over her designer heels. "If you believe you have legal grounds, Ms. Langford, you're welcome to test them in court." She laughed, brittle and sharp. "Oh, I will. I'll bury you in paperwork, fines, and inspections. I'll make your life so miserable you'll beg me to buy this dump off you." Mabel stepped closer, her voice steel. "That sounded a lot like harassment." Vanessa sneered. "It's called enforcing the law. You do well to remember that, old woman." She spun on her heel and stalked back to her SUV, Peter jogging behind. But she turned at the end of my drive. 48 hours, Mr. Carter. After that, no more games." When their taillights vanished, Mabel shook her head. "She's worse than her mother." "What are you going to do, Elliot?" I sipped my coffee. My hand was steady as ever. Exactly what I told her. "I'll see her in court." Mabel gave me a sharp look. She's not bluffing. Her family owns half the county board. Her brother is a state senator. They can make life hell. I smiled. "Mabel, there's something you should know about me. Something that might change your mind about who's in trouble here." Before I could finish, flashing lights cut through the morning sun. 2 sheriff's cruisers rolled up, dust swirling behind them. Vanessa hadn't wasted any time. Deputy Ryan Ortiz stepped out, looking embarrassed. "Mr. Carter, we got a formal complaint about safety violations. I got to check it out." "Do your job, Ryan," I said calmly. The real inspector, John Daniels, circled my cabin, checked the dock, measured the roofline. 20 minutes later, he returned, scratching his head. "This is odd," he told Ryan. "This lot's on record as excluded from the HOA. It's grandfathered. They don't have jurisdiction here." Ryan nodded. "So no violations?" "Not a one." I thanked them both. Mabel winked at me. "How'd you manage that exemption?" I poured her coffee from my thermos. Sometimes knowing the right people and being the right person makes all the difference. Before she could press me, my phone buzzed with an unknown number. "You think you're clever. This is just the beginning. That cabin's gone by Christmas, one way or another." I showed Mabel. Her eyes narrowed. "That's harassment. And worse." I smiled grimly. "Time for you to know exactly who you're sitting next to. For 15 years, I've been the presiding judge of Redwood County." Her coffee mug froze halfway to her lips. "You're Judge Elliot Carter?" "Oh, she's so screwed." "Not yet," I said. "But she's about to be." 2 days later, a process server dumped a thick lawsuit on my porch. Emergency injunction, immediate demolition, damages the whole kitchen sink. Vanessa had hired Hartman and Klein, the state's most cutthroat firm. They bullied cities into settlements for sport. But Thursday morning would not go how they expected. Mabel spent all Wednesday digging into the Langford family shell companies. By midnight, my kitchen table looked like an FBI raid. Flowcharts, fake LLCs, hush payments. "This isn't just a neighborhood dispute, Elliot. They're buying the entire lakeshore. They want a luxury marina, vacation villas, the works. You're the last holdout." I tapped a stack of deeds. "And they don't know the half of it. When Margaret bought this place, she got mineral rights, water access rights, and historical protections going back a century. They can't touch this lake without my permission." Mabel's eyes gleamed. "And you're the judge who decides if they can override those rights." "Exactly." Thursday dawned crisp and clear. I put on my best suit, my make them regret everything suit. Inside the courthouse, Vanessa strutted and flanked by her high-priced attorneys, radiating smug certainty. They settled at the plaintiff's table, whispering strategy. I did not join my lawyer at the defendant's table. Instead, I stepped to the bench and donned my robes. The entire courtroom went dead silent. "Good morning," I said smoothly, my voice echoing off the walls. "Court is now in session. Langford versus Carter. Emergency hearing on restraining order." Hartman's lead bulldog, Craig Klein, jumped up. "Your Honor, we move for immediate recusal. Conflict of interest." I peered down at him. "Mr. Klein, your client demanded an emergency hearing. She has it. Let's proceed." Vanessa turned whiter than her designer suit. Klein sputtered about community standards, code violations, HOA rights. I cut him off with a single question. "Mr. Klein, did you verify the property boundaries?" "Well, yes, but..." "Did you confirm this lot's legal exclusion from the HOA in 2020? I tapped my gavel once. Motion denied. Complaint dismissed for lack of jurisdiction. Now let's discuss perjury in your client's sworn affidavit. The color drained from Vanessa's face entirely. I produced Mabel's research, the shell companies, the hidden investors, Cascade Resorts LLC, known for gutting pristine lands for quick profit. And then I dropped the hammer. "When you researched my cabin, Ms. Langford, you missed that the Carter Family Trust, founded in 1887, owns 60% of this lakeshore, including the land under your mansion." Gasps rippled through the room. Klein sat down hard, face pale. "And one more thing," I said softly, pulling out the final file. "Your father's construction runoff 3 years ago poisoned this lake. It killed my wife. I have the toxicology reports, the suppressed investigation, the whole buried scandal." Vanessa couldn't look at me. "You didn't come after a harmless old man, Ms. Langford. You came after a judge who has waited 3 years to see your family brought to justice." I paused, then ruled clearly. "This court finds no merit in the plaintiff's complaint. The court orders immediate investigation into perjury, fraud, and environmental crimes related to Cascade Resorts. Deputy, escort Ms. Langford from this courtroom pending charges. Mabel caught my eye from the back row, grinning like the cat that ate the canary. As Vanessa was led away in cuffs, her final words were a hiss. "This isn't over." I leaned forward so only she could hear. "Oh, it is. Because your empire was built on poisoned water, and poison always kills the one who spreads it." Outside, the crisp breeze off Silverpine Lake carried a promise. Margaret's Lake would stay wild, untouched forever. Justice for once had truly come home.